G'day mate and welcome back to Capital History with me, Jitty. In our last episode, we fixed up the uni just a little bit by moving over to contracts. So now I can still get unlimited amounts of oil in without having to pay unlimited amounts of uni. Instead, I need to pay a little bit of steel, a little bit of electronics, and just a tiny bit of glass to get in unlimited oil instead. Sure, there is still some uni cost, but it's much lower than what I had before. So in theory, we now have uni, which means I need to move on to the next project. The next project being, well, I also want more uni, but I'd also like to get into gold processing. Also, as we're running a little bit low on coal, because the love of Capital History is slowly fading as I mine it out, I also need to look into setting up the next coal of mine. So that's going to be today's plan, but I cannot get to today's plan until I ask you that very important question. That is, with the love of Capital History slowly disappearing, I need to rest assured in the fact that you can let me borrow a lac. At least let me borrow a lac until the last of the coal has disappeared. And if you didn't enjoy the video, you didn't enjoy this particular episode, by all means, you can have your like back. But it does mean this little corner here that we're slowly undermining, I'm going to put you in charge of holding back, well, at least holding up the belt and hoping the ground doesn't slide out from underneath you. All right, today I want to do gold. But before I do gold, I want to get rid of some annoying alerts. One of them is I have 9 months worth of food left. We're going to tell you to tell me if you get less than 75% full, give me an alert. And also, if you get less than 75% full, you can give me an alert as well. Because the 9 months is just calculated on how much food we eat per month and how much we can store inside a couple of food markets. I can only store, well, 800 food inside a food market. Actually, I think it's 400. Yeah, I have a feeling it's 400 unless they changed it. Nope, okay, turns out it's now 800. Excellent. We can store twice as many veggies. But, yeah, it's only going to tell me, 8-9 months worth because, well, that's all they can store in here. That's all they use to calculate it from. And I frankly don't care because I know I have a giant box behind it, providing the box stays full. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove that alert. Cool. Next alert I wish to remove is, well, add probably, is going to be this one. You only have 431 vehicle parts ready to go, except I only need 187 to complete the contract. The problem is more vehicle parts keep coming in, so more vehicle parts can be loaded up. So what we're going to do is going to pull the box. If the box is paused, then more can't come in, then more can't get loaded up, and therefore you're going to hopefully finally disappear and go complete our very first trade. With that done, I'm going to unpause the box because we can keep filling it up, and I want to then start tapping in our brand new oil. So I need to have a fluid. I need to have a fluid pipe balancer right about, here, yep. Can I plug our oil pipe into there? Can I remove that little bit? And, and can I plug that little bit into there? Cool. I want to have that done. Also, I'm going to need to get out of the giant oil tank and plug that into there. And I want to have that done as well. For the moment, I want this one to do priority in, being from the old oil tank, because I want the old oil tank to disappear. You, well, have a certain amount of crude oil you're going to need to pick up. You're still unloading, which is perfectly fine because this tank is full, but I want an alert when this tank becomes empty. I also want to set you to depart now, so as soon as you finish unloading, you're going to go get me more oil because I'm going to be killing this particular mine, and I'm also going to be killing this particular mine. Yep, we're not going to be mining any of that, well, running any of those offshore oil rigs anymore. Instead, I'm going to start mining uranium. Why? Because we've already researched nuclear reactors, and I really want to have nuclear reactors up and running, but I need to empty this guy first. So that's going to keep running. This will eventually get a load of crude oil in. I can also set an alert. Tell me if you're... Probably should have it. Tell me if you're empty. Yeah, if you're empty, I should probably know about it, which definitely didn't work. You have 3 in you, so technically you're not empty. I'll take that as a win. All right, so with that done, I can move on to the next project. Next project is, I need more housing. Always need more housing, always need more housing for more people. So I'm going to, well, upgrade all of those houses from tier 1 to tier 2. Yep, please. Now, I should point out, I pointed out this previously, but we have a certain amount of power and a certain amount of water that is used by housing. And when they upgrade from, well, shipping containers to real houses, they get running water. They actually get running water inside their houses, even though we have a very basic system plugged in, which means they're actually going to consume more water and also more power. Same time, I'm going to turn on disable natural population growth so I don't get any more people as these houses upgrade, and then we're going to hope that many trucks can get many things done. Can I set you to like priority 1? And priority 1, and unfortunately I can't copy these across. Oh, actually, I just make a declaration. Can we make a declaration, please? Construction is now priority 1, all the way across the mark. Cool. Because I need all these houses upgraded. Every single house that gets upgraded, I get a bonus amount of uni from 50%. For our food, plus our power, plus our water, I would get an increased bonus if I brought in household goods, but I'm really not ready for glass rocking chairs yet. And, well, if I upgrade these houses, then I can pause all these houses, which is going to be the main plan. Come on, I need this done. Nope, 1, 2, 3, come on. For every 4 houses, you hold 80, you hold 140. So for every 4 houses, I think, I can pause 3 of these houses. We're going to find out real quick. I can have 120. Oop, no, it's too many. There we go. Pause, 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 pause. Why? No, 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 no. That's off as well. Bad. Okay. And yes. Okay, so they've all been upgraded, and our power has got up to 3.52, and our poop has got up to 122 with 146. So we now have basically the same amount of people. I probably went a little bit over, and at the same time, I have well, more power being used and more poop being generated because they have nicer houses to live in. Yeah. So same time, I'm going to preemptively upgrade all of those houses because we might as well get them done. I'm also going to drop the priority on construction back down to 5, please. Thank you very much. All right. So with those basic things done, and you're back, you're going to be loading up with more vehicle parts. You're unloading all the crude oil. You have also left to go get the last of the crude oil from these guys. Yep, stored product 0. Stored product 0. Excellent. When this is empty, we should then be able to, well, decommission all of this area and rebuild it all. Okay, meanwhile, you guys are complaining because you got nothing to do. You got nothing to do because the trees I've been telling you to go harvest are all unreachable. So I need to remove all those, and then you guys are going to come and start mining this area once these trees are tall enough and big enough. But of course, that takes 20 years. So I need to get a crack on that. Also, this particular farm, I'm going to bump up the fertility, and I'm going to get 2 more of those guys, which means you are on available, but trucks can't get in there. So I'm going to pause that anyway, so we can start packing up on vehicle parts 1. So I can uni build the last couple just so we can have them done. All right, so with that done, I want to, let's play with electronics. That's probably fine, maybe. All right, I want to move on to the next thing. And the next thing being, of course, gold. We set up gold mining an awful long time ago, and they've done a good job of filling out the buckets. They've also done a good job of clearing out the dirt in the area, but I want to actually start processing gold. So, gold ore. To process gold ore, we need to take some gold ore, put it in a big crusher, and give us, well, crushed gold ore. Gold ore crushed, we need to then reprocess into another pair of crushers. That is because you process 144 and you guys only process 72. But that'll give us gold ore powder. Gold ore powder I need to do something with, and that is put it in a settling tank. And I need to have 2 of you, please, because you make 72 and you guys only process, you lost the recipe, thank you very much. You process 36 each. So I need to have both of you, well, processing for one of these guys. That's going to give me some gold ore concentrate if I add some acid, and also going to give me some toxic slurry. We'll come back to toxic slurry because the next thing I want to talk about is the gold furnace. The gold furnace will take, again, lost the recipe, we'll take in 2 lots of gold ore concentrate, so the 9 from here and 9 from here, to give me, enough gold ore concentrate to run this, to then give me 9 actual gold, as long as I add 3 sand. So this process is bring in 144, and then have 2 of these, to then have 4 of these, to then have 2 of these. Yep, that's the process for gold. Also means is you're going to bring in 144 raw ore, at the other end you're going to get out 18 gold. It's not something you really want to do anywhere but on site if you possibly can. Sure, I do need to add some acid. I need to add 12 acid times by 4 machines, which is 48 acid. And of course, a mixer T1 makes 36, and a mixer T2 makes 72. Of course it does. So we're going to need to bring in a mixer. It's going to have to make some acid. We're going to need to bring in some sulfur for that. A little bit of sulfur. We also need to bring in some clean water. Speaking of water and fluids, our byproducts is toxic slurry. Toxic slurry is very, very tasty stuff that you should definitely not dump to the sea. Why? Because you remember the wastewater we were dumping before and the small pollution problem that was causing? That produces just 60 water pollution. The sour water that we were producing when we first set up the oil refinery, that produced an awful lot of pollution because that was 120. Whereas toxic slurry is 150. Do not put it in the sea. What you want to do is you want to clean it up in a wastewater treatment plant. Wastewater treatment plant is going to take in toxic slurry, 108 of it, which happens to be exactly 27 times by 4. That's perfect. With a little bit of filter medium, we've already set up filter medium as part of the city, and we've put it in a very, very big bucket, so that means I can pick it up and drive it up here. Also, I'm going to need a little bit of brine. We'll have to work out how to make some brine, and that's also going to give me some clean water and a bunch of slag. The bunch of slag, obviously, we're going to dump in the sea like you do with your slag. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about my ex-partner this time. We just take slag and we dump it in the sea. Yeah, it's fine. As for the clean water itself, well, I can use some of that clean water to make some of my acid, and that's going to be our process. Now, I have published a whole lot of blueprints. An awful lot of blueprints. In fact, for gold, I already have available on the Captain Mystery Hub and also on my Discord server, well, a tileable gold blueprint where you can just pop one of these down and technically you put them 3 long, and then you just need to plug in the inputs. So you need to, plug in the brine, plus also get rid of the clean water, get rid of the slag, also, get rid of the gold, so to speak. Plug in some acid into this pipe, and you're away you go after you've plugged in, the gold ore itself, and also the filter medium plus the sand. Like it's done, it's dusted. You can just put 3 of these in a row. But as we're now in update number 3, I've been going through and I've been updating and modifying a lot of my blueprints. For update 3, I've gone and completely redone the gold blueprint and made it a little bit more streamlined. When I say a little bit more streamlined, the idea of this one is all the inputs and outputs are already marked for you. Plus, I have a nice little description over here that tells you exactly what you need to plug in and what you don't need to plug in. And a lot of the buckets are pre-labeled for you. So this is going to be water in. And what I like to do is I'd like to put down this blueprint, and I want to put this blueprint, underneath this water pipe, so it's as far out of the way as possible. Can I put you probably up to that corner? And I can't tell if that's under the pipe or not. Sure, can I put that there? All right, so I need to build that, and to do that, I need to go get some brine. So we're going to start with the brine, and the brine starts down the hill at sea. Because, brine tends to come from the sea, except I need brine, and the best way to get brine is, just convert it straight across. It's not the best way, but it's how we're going to be doing it for right now. And for that, I need 2 seawater pumps. I also need a pipe. It's going to have to be a T2 pipe, because these guys output a lot of seawater. And I need to, get a pipe for both of you. Okay, I'm then going to take the pipe. Now, normally I would just go pipe over the hill, but in this particular case, I can actually see myself removing the hill before I remove the beach. So I'm going to instead, can you come here first, please? And then can you come to this corner? And then I want to come very carefully up my little ramp. And then up my little ramp further. No, I need you to go this way, please. Please, thank you. Up my little ramp, and then I want to avoid the mountain as much as possible, because if I turn on the overlay and I turn off mining and dumping, no, can't see it. Okay. Can I put you here, please? Thank you. Can I... There, and there. All right. If I turn off mining dumping, yes. We can see the gold is very close to this corner. So actually, I might even remove that part, and we might even bring that to here and then around to there. Cool. So I want to avoid the gold as much as possible, because we're going to be digging that down, and we might as well get the truck started working on this little project. Also, I should probably turn off that, and I should probably turn on that, so we can actually have enough workers to get through today's episode. All right, can I get all of that built? All right, next thing I'm going to need is I need to convert that seawater into brine, and we do that in evaporation pond. That's going to be able to get rid of some of the seawater to give us a little bit of leftover seawater, some very salty seawater, and we should be good to go. Except I need to have for each one of these 18 brine. So I need 18 times by 3, being 54. And of course, you make 24, which is not 54. And my next option is, I can put down a second one and then a third one, or I can put down a heated one. Heated one is twice as fast, and you'll produce 48. 48 plus 24 gives me, well over 60, which is what I need. I actually need 54. So that's going to be our plan. We're going to put these as far out of the way as possible, and I get your pipe to come to here, and into there. Cool. That's going to be a plan for our brine. All right, I need to plug brine into this. I also need to plug gold into this. So I'm going to start over here at gold. Can I get my belt to go from here to right into this guys, around the middle, and up to there. Then we're going to plug in the second gold bucket. Thank you very much. And can I get that at least started being built. Plus, can I get the whole first module built? Ooh. Here. Not that one for the moment. And that. Yeah, and that, and that, and actually not that one, and not that one. Cool. And definitely not that one. Okay. Yeah, I want to do some quick modifications. So I'm going to make 72 acid plus 72 acid because I need to have 12 acid per machine, and I have 4 machines in a block, and then I have 3 blocks, which is 144 acid. So I need to have both these machines built. For the moment, I'm only going to be building one of them, so we're just going to pause this and not have the trucks build it. But I also need to bring in some clean water because technically it's just a little bit clean water negative. So we're going to grab a pipe mark 1, which we're going to be running up to here. It's not like it was planned at all. And we can also get that built. Hey, do you have a twisty? You do have a twisty. Bad pipe. Bad pipe. Thank you. Okay, can I get that built as well? All right, also on top of that, I no longer need a tank that was marked clean water in, but I do need to have some sulfur. So can I get a bucket? I'd like to get a bigger bucket, please. Can I put the bigger bucket here? Here you'll have to go. And can I copy the settings from sulfur in to sulfur in, drag that bar all the way up, and then can I run that into there? Great. Can I remove that, and we can get that part built as well. I'm going to keep doing that. Can I just pause that one instead? You don't have any parts. Great. Sand. Sand is going to be this one. Obviously, I want to have bigger buckets because I like bigger buckets. Can I copy that there, paste that there, and drag you all the way up? And then I want to remove those tiles. Yep. Can I take that ramp, plug that there, and then put the sand bucket there instead? You can't go over there. No, you can't go over there. It's tight here. Okay. Can I get that built? All right. I obviously did have the water output from these systems out hooked in there, but this particular belt for the slag, I actually don't want built because I want to have a slightly bigger slag bucket. We're going to go with just a minor increase in the slag bucket size. Yep. Can I copy your settings to there? And we're going to drag that down to about halfway. And then I actually don't need that belt built, so we're going to cancel it, and I don't need that bucket. Didn't have filter medium. Again, I like bigger buckets. I cannot lie. So we're going to pop you there, and we're going to pop you there. You're going to bring in our filter medium. We'll drag you all the way up, and I should be able to go from here to here. Actually, I can go one further back, I believe. I think I can go from here to here. Yes, perfect. All right, can I get a filter medium brought in as well, which means I don't need that, I don't need that. Then finally we have brine. Brine needs to come in, and I only need a 60 pipe of brine, and we're going to bring you out to here. I'm going to bring you out to here, because I need 54 total, and we're going to come to here. I'm going to go straight for a little bit, and then I'm going to come up to max height, being 5. Go to the corner of that bucket, and then plug that up here, and then turn off those. Come on. There you go. Do that connection, please. Thank you. All right, so then can I plug that in? Means I don't need that bucket, and I don't need that pipe, and I do need to have that belt, and that should be all we need. Other change I want to do is output. Output is going to be on this belt, which actually technically, now I'm going to do this, cancel. Doesn't need to go any further that way. Canceling a construction doesn't cost me anything because it hasn't been completed, but I am going to want a bigger bucket. Can I get a small size bucket? Just a tiny one, you know. It's not like I'm going to take all the gold and mine all the gold out of the whole island, and then after I've mined the whole gold out of the whole island, I'll run away and launder with it. Launder all of it and disappear from this island and take Mr. Shippy and my closest, pirates. Sorry, I meant crew members and move to a new island to find new gold reserves. No, not at all. Can I get that built as well? So that's all we need to get this up and processing. The idea being that, well, I guess we're going to be building that one as well. The idea being that we can start processing gold, and that means these guys can get back to digging, because that's what they do best. Now, 2 things I do want to do whilst we're here is I want to put a vehicle ramp right about here, and I want to put a vehicle ramp right about here, so they can at least get across things. And we have both those built, and well, as soon as they've finished doing these things, which we're going to now throw you at the problem. Thank you, and thank you, and hello. Can I get that done, and that done, and that done, and that done? No. Oh, why do you say no? Because I don't have any parts 2. because I spent them all on upgrading the town. Yeah, that'll do it. All right. So we're going to get this done. Can I get that one done at least? And then I'm going to cut off the extra. So I definitely do not need to take the brine, clean water. Clean water this way. I don't need to take the brine this way either. I don't need to take the filter medium this way. Well, that was filter medium. That's the gold, which I want to flip. I actually want to bring the gold back towards the start. And I also didn't need to take the slag this way. I don't need to take the sand any further, so I'm going to remove that one as well. And I don't need to take the gold ore any further because, well, this is our set of 3, so I'm going to remove that one as well. With all that done, we just need, well, you to have a whole lot of sulfur delivered, you to be finished building and a whole lot of sand delivered, and you to have a whole lot of filter medium being delivered, which hopefully we can get all done fairly quickly. And you, Mr. Big. Why does Mr. Big have a bunch of gold? I don't know. Can you put it in here? No. Can I turn off that? Now you can put it in there, and I can turn that back on. I don't know why you're driving around with a bunch of gold, but you can drop that in there. All right. So that should be all we need, and that should get this process running. And you're no sign of this? No, Mr. Big is just a general truck, and he's meant to be generally doing other things. That should get our gold processing running. The only thing I need to do is, or potentially, work out a small problem with sand. I don't have any available sand, so we need to go and look at the sand problem. Sand is because I just don't have any more mining sand, and we have sand being mined. We don't have any sand there, and you are full. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off, and then in theory, sand should go from here to here because it's an export. That shouldn't really change anything, hopefully. Iron is being a bit of a problem because I'm trying to get rid of the last of the iron in here, and at the same time, I am trying to get rid of, well, trying to also be able to fill in the mine as we go to get, well, it cleaned up on the way. All right. Organic fertilizer, we know we don't care about. Goodbye. Can I just delete that alert? You have done your last delivery. Excellent. I'm going to pause you. And you are all empty, I assume. Yeah, you're definitely all empty because that's partially empty. So I'm going to pause all of you. I don't need people working here if there's nothing to work on. And, well, when this is empty, I can then, well, make this the priority by just changing the balancer down there. All right, next thing I need to do is coal. Coal is still a little bit desperate. It's not super desperate, but we're definitely getting there. And coal-wise, we bring coal into here. This is the main place we bring in coal. But we have a couple of other places we're bringing coal as well. If I click on the tower, we can see we're bringing coal over here to make filter medium. I'm also bringing in coal to here to make sure we can make concrete slabs. I'm also bringing coal over to here, being our backup coal supply for our power plant. And I'm also bringing coal in here to make sure we can make graphite. Now, we are running the CO2 recipe for the graphite, so I probably don't need this one. As for the this one. As for concrete is about to swap off coal once we get the next couple of researches done, so that's not too important either. And you are slowly building up with construction parts, very slowly. So what I want to do is I want to make some changes to our coal production, and we're going to be going over here, and I'm going to be unpausing this. This is going to be the brand new coal mine. It's already set up with the mine control tower for coal, and therefore I need to get some vehicles over there. To get some vehicles over there, as it's going to be a brand new location, I want to get our brand new big diggy boys, and I also need to click on that. And as soon as you're done, no, that's about all of them because you only hold 40. That's a bit of unfortunate. I need just a couple more tree planters because we need to get trees planted faster because I bumped up the fertility on this, and I even have an alert on this if you're empty. And if you're not empty, I have more of them because, well, the tree boys are already over here chopping down the trees. And we've deleted those. Don't forget to delete those. Can I delete those buffer boxes and those buffer boxes? Because I really don't want anybody driving our trees all the way over there. And this one, I'm going to turn off the alert because I actually don't care anymore because it's so close, we just don't care. Okay, can I get you built as well? Can I unpause this belt? And now I can plant some trees faster. And I want to talk about, well, the big diggy boys. I want to start getting some big diggy boys for the brand new mine. But to do that, I need to make sure they can get out of the current base. So I want to make a few modifications. First one being these two buckets that we use to dump rock in and then dump that rock everywhere. We're going to be putting those over here. I just need them tucked out of the way, and that seems like a pretty good temporary place to put them. So we're going to get that done. With that done, I'm going to remove both of those. So I have a little bit more room on my path. My path, I need to concrete just up just a little bit more. And I want to bring this through to here. I want to bring this through to here. Yep. And then eventually that needs to go up to there. I do need to fill this out, another tile, so we have it line up nicely with our road. But for right now, I just need to have this area cleaned up just a little bit so we can plan out where we're going to be putting our bridges. Bridges wise, I of course want a big bridge. It's the only type of bridge I want to build down the main highway, and I need to have it go back just a little bit. So I need to remove that and remove that so I can grab my bridge and line it up. Well, yeah. Can I get you to... you are in the process of disappearing. I want to put you here. That gives me just enough room that we can I get belts? That we can get this through here, and you are meant to be one more tile to the left to line up with the other one. Thank you very much. That looks correct. We have 2 tiles worth of brick there, 2 tiles worth of brick there. Cool. Next thing I'm going to do is I need to route all the bits and pieces underneath the new bridge. So we're going to grab this. I'm just going to bring this down to ground level for right now. Turns out you can go... No, you can't go there, so you're going to go here. We're going to bring this out to... out to this side, and you can't quite make that lift. Okay. We're going to bring you to this tile. Can I get a U-shaped lift, and let me just bring you up to there. Perfect. All right, can I get that part built? All right, and with that built, I'm going to be able to remove that part. So that'll route that around. I also need to route around the fertilizer 2 pipe and the fertilizer 1 pipe. So fertilizer 2, we're going to come straight off the top and up a tile. Thank you. You can go directly over the top of this and our tile. No. That's our height 1. Okay. Height 1 tunnel. Can we duck under here, over to here, and then straight, please, into here. Oh, no, you don't want to touch yourself. Yes, okay. Can you park? No, it's not quite right. And now you're not going continuous pipe. That's fine. Cool. Can we go here, and now I can just click where I want it. Cool. Can I get that built? And with that built, I can unbuild that one. Cool. Next up, we have fertilizer 1. Fertilizer 1, same story. I want to bring that, well, technically, I guess I can bring it on this side. Yeah, let's bring it on this side. Can I delete that one? Can you come from here to the ground, under here? And that's underneath the other one. Of course it is. All right, can I come up? Up to height 5. Can I go over the top? And then you're not going to want to touch yourself, so can I do that? Can I disconnect there? And then can we go from there to there? Cool. That works for me. All right, can I build that and that? All right, means I don't need that pipe anymore either. And as this is fertilizer 1, which currently, as you can see, is very, very empty. If we go back to the source, is always very, very empty. Why? Because I only produce fertilizer 1 if I can't produce fertilizer 2. And I always have sulfur, I always have limestone, so we can always produce fertilizer 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alert on here. Tell me if you're full. Otherwise, I don't want to care. I don't want to know about it. And more importantly, I don't want to pay the maintenance on a pipe. Sure, the maintenance, if you're unpaused, is all of 0.44. I don't need to pay it, so I'm not going to pay it. All right, so with that done, next up and last up is the water pipe. The water pipe that's popping through there, I just need to run you underneath. So we're going to come to this side. We're going to come from, say, here, down to the ground, right about there, under here, and I think I'm going to go this far. Yep, and then can I bring this up to height 5? That should take me over the top of everything, and plug you right there. And then I should be able to delete that part, and then delete all of that part, and we should be able to plug that there at the corner. Thank you. And we should be good to go. All right, so that's everything we routed. That means this bridge is now operational, and therefore I get Mega Diggy Boys out. Speaking of Mega Diggy Boys, they cost 180 parts each, and I have 160. So we're going to get 2 of those built, and hopefully that'll be enough that we can start getting some Mega Excavators off to site and start getting some things done. So with that done, I need to come to here, and I also need to make some modifications here, because obviously Mega Diggies can get through the base, but they can't get under any pipe. So I need to modify this diesel pipe that we're going to drop down to the ground out to about here. Oh, actually, I probably should give myself a little more clearance between that and the forestry area. Can I get a... Nope, I want to have logistics, vehicles. Can I get a little ramp and drop that there? And then I want to bring this back up to here. Oh, can I get that done? And then I can get that part undone. All right, with that done, you guys are all complaining about you have no trees, hence we're planting trees a little bit faster. We have plenty of saplings, so that shouldn't be a problem. Truck is having difficulty finding something. What are you trying to find that you can't find? Oh, this is done. Can I grab this? Can I put this here and here in the ground? Yep. And also right up to the very edge. Yep. And this is part of our mega project that I haven't told any details about. I'm not going to anytime soon. But I need to have retaining walls on it. I also need to have retaining walls here and here and here, I believe. I'm one tile short. Okay. Can I cut everybody? Can we all slide it over one tile left? Thank you very much. Can you go to here? Can we also go here? And then I believe I might have a problem at this point. No, actually they're in the ground perfectly fine. Oh, this might have a problem. Yeah, I think I need you in the ground. I might be able to get away with you sticking up a little bit. Okay, can I have the trucks come build all of that? As soon as they've done that, we can start, clearing it out and moving on to the next project. All right, low supply of crude oil. Cool, you're done. With that done, I want to remove all of the pipes, all of that, all of that, all of that, and I want to remove... Yep, come on. Finish pumping, finish pumping, finish pumping. There you go. I want to remove that. I also want to remove that pipe, technically, but for right now, we're going to run this, yep, to here, and then to here, and then here, and then over to here, and then into this one. I'm going to change the priority to be that one instead. So we're going to start using the contract crude oil, run the other crude oil, and that pipe is very empty. That's not at all concerning. All right, can I flip that little pipe and you can be empty too, and we're good to go. This I can retrofit in the later. We're going to be using this guy to probably pick up uranium. We're going to be using you to pick up uranium right now. Actually, no, we're just going to pause you, upgrade you. We're going to pause you. Actually, we're going to upgrade you and pause you. Yeah, can I get Mr. Shippy to find some construction parts, please? Because I need that to be a bigger mine still. Also, I don't need that food. Delete that. The fuel gas I don't care about. Yep. And you still have a bunch of stuff on your ship that we can't get off. All right. So, have you made a Mega Diggy Boy? You have made a Mega Diggy Boy, and you've partially made another Mega Diggy Boy. All right. So now is the ultimate question. Can I get a Mega Diggy Boy over here? Can I go with one Mega Diggy Boy and we'll get you about 5 trucks? No, I can't because I still have this pipe. All right, this pipe also needs to move. This is one of our main water pipes that comes and brings all the water down the base. And in here, I want to put in another, nope, I want to put in another bridge, except we're going to go for the big bridge. And I want to put this here. Yep, can I get you built? And we can then run this from here down to here, under this, plus give myself like 3 tiles or so, and then up there. Cool. Can I get that pipe built? That way the excavator can take the bridge instead. And low supply of sand, that's fine. I should go check out gold. Is gold happening? Is gold doing things? Do we have gold? We have gold. That's nice to see. And you can't get to where? You're trying to get to here, pick up brine, or dump brine, one of the two. All right, why are you trying to dump or pick up brine? That's a better question. You are trying to pick up brine. That's not connected. That's not connected. Oop. Can I get that built? This is why I don't turn off the alerts. That would sit there forever, never ever getting any brine, and then eventually I come look at it and be like, why are you not work? Because I had a truck with an alert, I'm like, oh, well, let's track that down. Turns out 2 ghost pipes. Yeah, it's always 2 ghost pipes. And prior to that, I guess they've been finding brine in the dumps and bringing it up here. Yeah, not exactly the way I want this to process, but you now have brine, which is going to fix that problem. We've done loading the resources for the uranium mine. Excellent. Can I load up your crew and send you off to go fix that problem for me? And that means hopefully you can store more uranium, because our ship can pick up 6,000 at a time, and I'd really like to pick up, well, 6,000 at a time. All right, so with that done, whoop, you are assigned to Dirty Control Tower. Dirty Control Tower is digging up this, and obviously has nowhere to dump, because it's a mixed load, so we can't put it in those two. This doesn't allow for mixed loads anymore, which means I need a new area to allow for mixed loads, and that's going to be down here. Can I get... well, first off, can I do all of that? Yep, because this is where our titanium is, so we're going to want all that filled in. On top of that, I'm going to need to get access to this little bit of iron here. So can we fill in a bit of this? Probably a little bit less of this. And also, can I fill in a bit of this? Can I come out at least one more tile? Can I go mining, please? That is 4. That is 8. That is 10. Okay. Can I go all of that? That should give me a nice straight coastline in case I want a straight coastline in the future. And we can do that one as well. All right. So we're going to have that. That's going to be for general dumping for mixed items. We have dedicated dumping stones for just rock and also just dirt down here in this corner. But they're not quite finished with it. Yes. All right. So with that happening and that happening, they guys still complain about trees, but we're planting faster, which means we should be able to keep up with our digging. And Mr. Diggy Boy's got here. Excellent. So I need to tell him to go and mine just the coal. The coal is like, you know, everywhere between here and here. So just mine the whole hill flat. Yeah. That's a great start. We can worry about how deep it is afterwards, but start there. All right. On top of that, can I get you a second Diggy Boy? Nope, not quite. And then I need to get my coal all the way back. Now, at this point, we can make a choice. We can make a choice whether we swap over to choo-choos or we stick with belts and trucks. Yeah. This is where things are getting a little bit more complicated, a little bit more nuanced. So if I want to have a train, I would need to have a train depot. Train depot is going to cost me some people and some power, just the same as the vehicle assembly building does. It's a sort of negligible cost. Then I need to build a train. I need a diesel locomotive, and for one diesel locomotive, it requires 6 maintenance and 2 diesel. And carriages-wise, hopper wagons, well, they cost absolutely nothing when it comes to people maintenance, etc., etc. But I'm going to need to have 2 diesel locos, really, to get enough speed on this train to get all the way back. And then I need to have a number of hoppers. In fact, because this is a basic station, I'd already have to put an expansion depot on it to make the train a little bit longer so I could carry a little bit more. Well, I could build longer trains. Well, this is going to use 2 people. It's going to use 12 maintenance. It's going to use 4 diesel. They're the numbers we need to remember because, and on top of that, to me, load the trains and unload the trains, I would need to have a loose station module to do the loading. I'd also have to need another one at the other end to do the unloading. That also costs 1 person plus a 50 power. It's not using the power when it's actually active. That's something I should definitely mention. It's not active, it's not doing anything. And they have a throughput of 600, except I don't need a throughput of 600. If we go look at coal itself, our per month is, well, normally, let's turn off production. It's around about the 200 mark or lower. Every single month. That's all the places we're using coal. So I'm going to propose a different solution, and that is a belt. I'm going to start with a belt, just a T1, nothing too special. Can I plug you from there and you to there? Cool. With a T1 belt built there to there, can I copy you? And can I run you? Well, at height 5, at least then the mega trucks can get underneath. And I've already seen a problem with the mine. I need to get fixed. Can we come this way, this way, this way, and this way. Cool. Yep. Can I come to here? And then I want to be at ground level, basically, at this point. And then we want to duck under the bridge here. And then I want to come up to height number 4. 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. Actually, I want to go ground level to here. Then can I get a U-shaped lift? And we're going to bring you up to height number 3. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Yep. Because 3 is the minimum height to go over a train track. And I do plan on having trains, just not quite yet. We're going to have height 3, and then I'm going to tuck this underneath our water pipe, because our water pipe goes all the way back to town, and it also means to scroll all the way to here, and I can click like a madman, and eventually the belt will show up. Oh, belt showed up. Can I delete just that little part? And can we continue one more tile? Please, 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 please. Height number 3. Cool. And then I want to pop out, well, over here. And unfortunately, I have a temporary farm that is placed, well, temporarily. And because it's temporary, and it has a temporary pipe going right over the top of it, because the temporary pipe doesn't have any supports, I need to go around the temporary farm with my temporary belt, because this belt is temporary. Well, until the coal mine runs out. Yeah, it's going to run out eventually, so it's definitely temporary. Can I come to here? Can I come to here, please? And then I want to go into here. I want to drop down to ground level. And then I want to come up to height 5 here, and here, and here. And then over to here, and that one, and there. And then this is just helter-skelter all the way through to this point. Okay, I didn't really want to end the belt already, but sure. Can I cut that off so I can start again from that point? At height 5, because I want to have this support, and I'm not sure exactly how far I've got to go, but I believe it's right about here. Then I need to come down to 4. And then go under the diesel pipe this direction. And then I can go over these buildings, making all my construction parts. And then once I get to here, I can duck through here somehow. And that's our coal bucket. That's our main source where coal goes in. And I'm going to bring you, I guess, to here. Oh, no. I guess to here. Maybe between those two. And I come back up to height 5. I want to stop. Ooh. Can I stop here? Then here. Then here. I need to get down. Down is going to be the issue. Actually, can we stop here? And then we'll grab a U-shaped lift. Turn you around. Bring you up to max height. Yep, that was it. Flip you. Flip. Flip. Cool. And then can I grab my belt and we're just going to drag that around the corner into there. Cool. Can I get that built? Yes. And that. Oh, no. That built. And that built. Cool. And where else I stop the belt? This part built. And this part built. And this part built. And yes. And that part built. So, construction part supplies. This can be very, very expensive. But train tracks are also very expensive. Very expensive for long routes. And this is, like I said, just the same. It is a very, very expensive belt. But it's temporary. So when I remove it, I get 80% of the parts back. Just the same as if I removed a train track, I get 80% of the parts back. My biggest issue is this is a temporary belt. It's a temporary belt going to a temporary location. Can I just pay uni for that? Because I just want to have you built right now so I can continue with our little story. I can't pay uni for that because I don't have the parts. Okay. Pay for that, pay for that. Pay for that guy. And then that leaves this part, which I can pay for as well. I think that might be everything. So this belt is going to use 50 kilowatts worth of power, also require 0.35 maintenance when it's not running, and 1.8 when it is running. This belt, which should span from this point all the way down to, all the way under here, all the way to here, which is like 98% of the distance, is going to need to have, what? Are you complaining too long? Oh. Okay, you didn't complain you were too long last time. Can I upgrade you? Does that make you, let me make you longer? So this is going to be 8.9 with 250 kilowatts. And once you're upgraded, maybe you'll be happy. All right, can I do low supply of rubber? Yes, because you just built a giant belt. Has what? Jeff. Why is Jeff unhappy? Okay, can I delete this? I don't care about that. I don't care about the rubber. Jeff has no compatible plant for sorting. I don't understand why. Okay, you move. you move. Oh, now I understand why. I haven't configured this. Can I have you do coal? Can I have you not do iron? And can I enable coal and coal and coal and coal with some coal and some coal? Cool. Can I also upgrade all those belts in there because they're all tier 1 up to tier 2, please? And then you can work a whole lot faster. And then can I upgrade that again? And we can do that again. All right. Now you are still being upgraded. Now you're idle. Okay, so now you're happy. All right, so with a T2, your maintenance is still 18. 18 is possibly the highest maintenance we're going to have, and the power is 500 kilowatts worth of power. So they're the numbers we're sort of aiming to match, whatever. This end is still tier 1, and that's fine. I don't really want anything faster than tier 1 for right now. You have all pre-configured yourselves because you started working, and we're going to start mining coal. All right, so back to this. So I have 18 maintenance. Now, 18 maintenance is technically cheaper maintenance than the train we were talking about. The train we we're talking about only needs 12 maintenance, but also needs 4 diesel. And, well, diesel is an equivalent of power. So if we go over here, power production, and I go into a diesel generator, I go to a Mark II diesel generator, you produce 18 power. Well, for 18 diesel, you produce 5 megawatts worth of power. This belt here needs 500 kilowatts. And you guys were going to use 4 diesel. So I need to go, 4 diesel over 18 diesel, which is 0.22. We're only going to be running, 0.22 as often, multiplied by 5,000, because it's 5 megawatts, being 5,000 kilowatts, is 1,111 kilowatts. So that 2 diesel is worth 2 of these belts worth in the way of power. Also, the belt has slightly higher maintenance, but this is assuming I only had a single train that had, realistically, I would want to have probably 8 wagons and 2 locomotives. That gives me a decent speed, and the reason I need to have 2 locomotives, I probably actually need to use slightly shorter, is I would end up building a very twisty track to get from A to B, because nothing between, well, here and here is permanent yet. Now, you might argue that a train track that I built from here to here, I could also share that infrastructure to bring things like, my gold ingots down to the map, down to the main base as well. My problem is, everything between here and here is still temporary. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to be doing here. I know I'm going to have some farms, but currently we're planting trees because it's close to home, but it's not at home. This might end up moving somewhere else. I don't know what I'm doing out here, so therefore I can't really run a train track just yet. I don't know exactly how things are going to work. So because I don't know, I don't want to fill it up with train tracks that I'm going to have to remove afterwards. Also, train tracks are extremely expensive in the way of deliverables to get built. The best example being, train tracks. Can I get a train track? And can I just go to, say, here? And can I just build a straight train track? That's fairly short, all things considered. And that needs 200 rail parts, which is not too bad. Construction parts, I spent more than that on that, but also 200 gravel. Unless you have a lot of trucks ready to do a lot of deliveries, that is actually a little bit of a problem to have that stuff delivered. If I choose to build this with Uni, there's currently a bug in the game. It's still available in the game that, let's pause. I have 282 Uni, 282 minus 8.7. I should end up with 273.3 Uni left, and I end up with 261. Yeah. So, minus 17 Uni? 18 Uni? 21 Uni. 21, please. Yeah, I got charged more than twice the price. So building train tracks with Uni, really not good to do. Deleting them also costs you twice the amount of Uni to get rid of them. So I can't really build them with Uni, so I need to build them with trucks. Also, don't forget, every single one of these modules are also going to require power to be up and running when they're doing the loading and the unloading part. And I also need to build in the infrastructure to have fuel delivered and... hang on. Train stations, you cost me nothing. Okay, you just cost construction parts. So, trains are very good, very good. I'm not going to argue, they're actually awesome. I do have the live stream series, which has full of trains already. But it's been running for a lot longer, and it's much more stable, and it's much more ready for trains. I'm not ready for trains just yet. So I'm going to use a T1 belt, which is going to move 60 items. I know I'm using 200. This belt is unfortunately going to have to run, well, I'm going to pay extra power for it, because it's always going to be running at all times. I'm also going to pay extra maintenance for it to bring the coal over here. But realistically, I want to get rid of this coal first. So once this coal's gone, then we can upgrade the belt to T2. We can start just mining from the new area. And that's going to be our plan for right now. But what I need to do is I need to leave this video here. We do have a free ship ready to go for possibly vehicle parts for our brand new gold luxury goods, which we can look at in a future episode. Also, I'm a little bit short of iron ore because this mine's a little bit dead. So that's also a possibility we need to look at in the next episode. Oh. Guys, can you come dig? Oh, you are told to dig that. All right, so we need to look at that in the next episode as well. And, that's where we're going to be leaving this one for right now. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you understand my choices when it comes to trains for right now. We will have trains, but just not right at the moment. Not right at the moment until I get a few more things done. And with all that said and done, yes, I'm going to call it here. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.